I don't like that people are calling it a ride. We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did. No one said he took that ride.
They're calling themselves astronauts and comparing themselves to space pioneers like Alan Shepard, but they are nothing like Alan Shepard or any of those space legends.
Take us space!
Alan Shepard was the first American in space. He was an accomplished naval aviator and partially controlled his space capsule once in space. They didn't have all the remote technology that they do now. At that time, they didn't know for sure what would happen to Alan Shepard, where they would rocket him up there and maybe he'll never come back down. However, Blue Origin alone has done this very similar mission at least 31 times.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride. A ride, you never see a male astronaut who's going up in space and they said, oh, he took a ride.
And this has nothing to do with gender.
And these are some of my friends that are just throwing shade.
The backlash they're experiencing is partly because Blue Origin overhyped this as the first all-woman astronaut space crew. But they were nothing more than passengers on a remote-controlled joyride that was similar to an elevator with absolutely no control over the mission, with the only training they received was how to fasten and unfasten their seatbelts. Also, this joyride came across as quite hypocritical, because the same women who were vocal about the importance of protecting our environment and reducing carbon emission took a 10-minute joyride, barely making it into space, that pointlessly emitted tons of carbon emissions directly into the upper atmosphere, where carbon emissions do the most long-term damage. The contradiction between their public advocacy and private actions was obvious, and that dissonance, paired with Blue Origin's shallow branding of the mission as groundbreaking, made the whole thing feel more like a PR stunt than making any real progress. Follow for more.